So now that we've registered as a theatre company, we'll log in using the fake account that I created for the purposes of these tutorials. And you'll be taken to your dashboard. You'll see welcome, and you should see your name if you put in a name, and a reminder that you're logged in as a theatre user and your username. This will obviously change if you're logged in as a school or an admin user, etc. And then underneath that, you'll see 3 little widgets, one for your account, one for theatre companies, and one for your productions. In the account widget, you can click Edit, which allows you to update your name, your email address, password, etc. So let's do that now because I didn't put in a name for this account. Incidentally, you can also access this in the top right by going to Edit My Profile. Username can't be changed. A name, let's put in a name for myself, Joe Soap. An email address, cell phone, we'll put in some random numbers, and password, we don't want to change the password, so you can leave that blank. If you do want to change your password, then obviously you put something in there, but if you leave it empty, it'll stay as the password that you set. These details, remember, aren't displayed on the front end anywhere. They're simply for the Theatre4Youth staff to get hold of you if necessary. And your email address, obviously, that's important because if you click Forgot My Password, this is the email that your password reset link will be sent to. So we will click Save Changes, and we have a success message. If we go back to our dashboard now, we'll see this message is changed. Welcome, Joe Soap. So that's working as it should. The next ones are theatre companies and productions. I'd like to remind you that your theatre company needs to be created before you create a production, because the productions are linked to your theatre company. And if you create the production first, the software doesn't know what theatre company that production is supposed to belong to. So create a theatre company first. If you view your theatre company and you don't have any, you'll see this message saying, oops, you don't have any. Why don't you create one? And you can click create one or click the button. Alternatively, if you log in and you already know that you don't have any, you can just click add new theatre straight away. And you'll be presented with this form. It's a reasonably long form, but it's been broken into manageable sections, which you can collapse by clicking on the title here with this little up-down chevron. If you click the titles, you'll see each section collapses. So if the page is feeling a little cluttered to you, you can just do it a section at a time. Fields that are absolutely required are marked with a little red star, or they're marked with a little piece of text saying this field is required. A lot of the information here is optional. However, the more you fill in, the more information schools will have when looking for appropriate theatre companies to perform for their children. So we'll fill this out. Let's go. We'll give it a fake name. The theatre subtitle, not every theatre has one of these, but if your theatre company, for example, is sponsored by a particular program and it's required that you mention that, for example, a program of the ABC Trust, whatever, you can put that in here. A logo, you'll upload your logo file, preferably JPEG or PNG image files. If your theatre company is on sabbatical or temporarily out of commission, just set your status to archived. Your description, this is required. You can fill in whatever you like here. You can format it with bold, italics. If you're comfortable working with a word processor, you should have no problem formatting your document nicely. I would suggest that you don't cut and paste directly from a Microsoft Word document because it puts in all sorts of funny code in the back end, which you can't actually see. So rather paste plain text here and do your bold and highlighting in here rather than in a Word document. You can also add photographs by clicking Add Media, and then you literally just drag and drop a JPEG or PNG image onto this window. So we'll drag, and as you drag over it, you'll see the window turns blue. Then you just let go of your mouse and it'll upload a photo. And you should just wait for the blue uploading bar to finish and for your image to appear. Incidentally, there's no need to click this insert into page button. You can if you like, if you've got some text and you want to insert an image. Let's just take this one, insert into page, and you can, make it left aligned and have some text next to it. You can do that if you want to. However, all the photos that you upload to your description will automatically appear at the bottom of the page in a photo gallery, nicely formatted. So you don't have to put it in this text that appears there. Below that, theatre workshops and services. This is also required. You should put whatever workshops you provide for schools. Again, you can format it just like the description above, bold, italics, etc. And once again, try not to paste from a Word document. If you can, rather paste plain text and do your formatting in here. Location. If your city doesn't appear in this list, please leave it as not set and email one of the Theatre4Youth administrators, preferably your provincial rep. We only allow admins to add new cities, and the reason we do this is so that we don't end up with multiple variations of the same city that are just spelled incorrectly or accidentally have typos in. So if you don't see your city, perhaps you're in a new area that Theatre4Youth has been canvassing, please email us, we'll add your city and then link your theatre to the city for you. If you leave it as not set, you're not going to appear in any of the areas. If you look at, say, for example, Western Cape, you won't appear on the Western Cape map if you're not linked to a city. And if you look at a specific city, let's say Cape Town, again, you won't appear on that map or in this list if you don't have a city listed. So it is very important to have a city, and if your city's not in this list, it's very important that you email us and let us know. Your willingness to travel, whether it's in town or nationally, your address, latitude and longitude are required. The reason we do this is so that on our areas maps, for example in the Western Cape, or if you look at the city of Cape Town, you'll see there's a map and every school and every theatre gets a little pin. The schools are in red and the theatre companies are in green. So if you zoom in, you can see each company and each school has a little pin. If you don't put a latitude and longitude, then this map doesn't know where to put your pin. There's a link that will appear in the top right of this video now, which will explain exactly how to find your latitude and longitude from Google Maps if you don't know. The negative number is the one that goes first, and the other number goes there. And again, you can only put numbers in here, so it has to be the decimal format and not the 33 degrees format. Theatre contact details. This is reasonably straightforward. If you've got more than one person that can be contacted, you can add as many as you like. Joe Soap co-producer, Joe Soap secretary, Joe Soap director, and you can drag these into a specific order with this little drag icon. If you hover your mouse over it, you'll see the cursor changes, and then you can click and drag into whatever order you like. And the same for cell phones and emails. You can add multiple emails if you like. Landlines as well. And then you should put your theatre company's email and phone for general inquiries, not specifically for school bookings. These contact details here should be for your school's liaisons. Social media, websites, Facebook, Twitter, etc. Once again, if you've got multiple websites, you can click as many as you like and drag and drop them in whatever order you like. Your banner image, this should be a large landscape format, high quality photograph. For example, if we look at Pillow Fort Productions, this is the banner that appears at the top of the page, and then your title appears here, the rest of the information underneath that. If you don't have an image that's appropriate to use, we'd recommend that instead of using a poor quality cell phone photo, rather just leave it blank, and then it'll appear, for example, like this. It's quite tasteful, and stylistically that's probably more attractive than having an ugly photo there that doesn't really work. So if you don't have one, don't stress. If you do have one, upload a nice high quality. These are the dimensions that are recommended. Anything smaller than that probably won't work too well. Anything larger than that will be resized to fit. And then notes. Notes and general comments, these aren't displayed on the front end of the website, but if you feel like you need to put some kind of note for whatever reason. And then finally, you need to tick the I'm not a robot capture system. Usually the tick goes green straight away, but sometimes if Google's feeling a little suspicious, it might offer you a picture challenge, in which case you simply follow the instructions. I know this is really annoying, but spam is even more annoying, so it's just something, unfortunately, that's a fact of life these days. Submit. Now I haven't filled everything in properly, so I'm probably going to get an error here. Yes, the post wasn't saved because of the following two problems, and those will be highlighted. So if you just go through the, oh, there we go, I didn't fill in a latitude and longitude, so let's go minus 33, 18, I don't actually know where those coordinates will go. There were only two problems, and they've disappeared now, so let's try that again. And once your form has been successfully submitted, you'll see your theatre company. There's the name, there's the subtitle, and this grey block because I didn't include a banner image, my wonderfully informative description and workshops and services, and all the other details that I filled in, plus the photo gallery. These are the photos that I uploaded to the description in the background. I didn't insert them into the post, but they will be displayed here nonetheless, and a success message. And now if you go back to your dashboard and click view and edit your theatre, or from this menu here you can go straight to my theatre companies and you'll see your list of theatres. Most likely you'll just have the one, but if you do manage more than one company, for example, perhaps you manage yourself as an individual artist and your theatre company's company, you'll see them all listed here, as many as you have. You can click view or edit, or you can add a second one if you like. If you click edit, the same form that you just filled in will be presented to you, already pre-filled out with all the information you had previously, so you don't have to fill this in all over again. You just need to change whatever needs changing. So let's say, let's add a new person and a new contact, and we'll click submit. That's all we want to change. Et voila, changes have been saved, and there's the extra person that I added. So that's all there is to editing and adding theatre companies.